My lovely Libras, welcome, welcome. Hi. So we're back here today to do a love reading for you. This reading is specifically focused on how to get the third party gone. So if you, Libra, are actively involved in a relationship in which your person has brought a third party into the situation, and here's the key: you wish to stay with your person, you wish to work out this relationship, but you know that in order to do so, you have to get the third party out of the picture, then this is the relationship reading for you, because we're going to look specifically at how to do that. We're going to do a spread first off, a smaller spread that will tell us whether or not that is actually possible, that you can get that third party out of the way for good. And then once we examine that, Libra, we're going to jump into a larger spread, which tells us how to go about doing that exactly. So in that larger spread, I must warn you, there will be information there that may, trigger some pain for you. And it's not, and I would never just read with a goal of doing that, okay? What we'll be doing is looking inside your person's head at their thoughts regarding you, regarding their connection with you, and regarding their connection with the third party, okay? And that's important information to know so that we can really get in there and disrupt what's going on with that third party and get them out of the way, all right? So it's all with an end goal in mind. And Libra, we're going to get down to it. So welcome to all of the new Libras stopping by for the first time today. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate your being here. And for all of you Libras who are back again, welcome back. Thank you for your support. Man, you Libras have showed me so much love, and I really love all the comments and messages that I've received from you, Libra. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Libra, with that being said, this is a general reading. If you find that the messages here are not resonating with your situation, then know that that's just all the more reason for you to hit the subscribe button and mash that notification bell, because when your messages drop within the next few days, you want to be the first one to know about it. All right? Okay, so I'm calling Spirit in, and we're asking for messages for our wonderful Libras about how to get that third party gone. We want to know, Spirit, the possibilities here involved as far as resolving this situation in my Libra's favor. All right, so Spirit, let's get some messages on the board for our beautiful Libras. All right, so our first message comes by way of the Hanged Man in the reverse, followed by the Nine of Wands, and then we have the King of Swords in the reverse. And this one came jumping out in such spectacular fashion that I'm deciding to keep it here as a extra bit of information. We have the Hierophant, okay? All right. Let me get my clarifier deck. And the first message here, I think, is pretty powerful in and of itself without a clarifier. This Hanged Man in reverse. This energy is letting me know, Libra, that it is absolutely possible for you to get the third party out of your connection. What now seems to be a stuck situation in which you have this person here and you've been struggling with getting them gone. This Hanged Man in the reverse is the opposite of that stuck energy. It's like unsticking the situation. So this is a powerful, powerful message from Spirit, letting me know that you can get to the bottom of this. You can get this person out of your way. You can get your situation turned back around, okay? All of that. So That is the first message coming through from Spirit. Our next message comes by way of the Nine of Wands. And this is telling me that there's a lot of defensiveness in your connection on both sides. So it's telling me, Libra, that you stand in defensive energy and that your person is standing in defensive energy. So you've kind of both taken up arms against one another in this case for many of you. And with this courthouse card from the Kipper deck clarifying, this is letting me know that those of you who are in a marriage type situation where, you know, you have a legal binding contract of marriage with the person, this is letting me know that there, for many of you, may have been talks of divorce here. So, you know, there's a lot of, I feel like some of you have been involved in this situation with having this third party as a part of the picture for quite some time. Like, this is nothing new. This is actually in many ways become the quote unquote norm of the situation. Okay. So there's been talks of, you know, taking legal action as far as that is concerned for those of you who are married. This situation, you know, may be so long standing with this third party that you, Libra, haven't seen another way out of it. Okay. And then there's also a number of you in these connections, whether you're married or not married, where your person has definitely talked about breaking things off with you, Libra, in order to move forward. At least from your perspective, you're looking at it as them trying to move forward with this third party into a more serious connection. Okay. So that's what we're dealing with here. But again, don't forget, we do have the Hanged Man in the reverse here to tell us that this can be resolved in your favor. You know, this third party does not have to be in this situation. Okay. So we're going to get into how we do that in just a moment. So our next message here comes by way of the King of Swords in the reverse. And again, this is doubling down on this message of all this defensiveness in your connection, Libra. This King of Swords in reverse, man, he can be a son of a bitch, to be honest with you. So, but more or less, whether you're dealing with a feminine or a masculine, or you, whether or not you're a feminine or a masculine, it's the energy of the King of Swords in reverse that we're talking about here, Libra. And we're talking about the energy of arguments, of cutting someone down with the tongue, of it's a cold-hearted feeling, like a very cold-hearted feeling. Doing things to one another out of spite, that kind of thing. So this is talking about that type of energy having to come to an end in order to rebuild the connection in a way like that the two of you can be happy together again. And of course, we're talking about after we get this third party out, right? So after we get this third party out, the two of you are somehow going to have to come to a truce and end all of this. It's like you've taken up arms against each other, right? And with this pathway card from the Kipper deck, clarifying that King of Swords in the reverse, it's going to take some time. This is not going to be a process where you get rid of the third party and then, you know, within a couple of weeks, the two of you are lovey-dovey. This is going to be a process that takes time and a concerted effort on both of your parts. And even if you can't see your person coming back around to that at this time, know that through consistent actions that feed your relationship in a healthy way, you can get there with this pathway card. And also, I'm looking in this card, there are a lot of butterflies. So that's just confirming that there is energy of transformation here available to you once you get this third party gone. There's an energy of transformation that's available to you, Libra, so that you can transform your relationship into something happy and healthy. All right, so good news here. Good news about that, Libra. My camera's messing up on me here. But what I was saying was, with this Hierophant card jumping out of the deck the way it did, like it launched itself out of the deck and did a whole pirouette kind of thing. That's why I'm keeping it as an extra message here. But it's just confirming for me that this marriage or this relationship is something, and I don't often say this is something sanctioned by God, right? So this is a true connection, Libra, between you and your person that can't just be broken by any simple thing, right? The two of you have a spiritual component to your relationship, which is pretty significant here. So let's move on to our next spread, which is going to specifically look, Libra, at how it is you're going to get rid of that third party. Okay, let me grab my decks here. And again, good news that Spirit has told us that this is a relationship that can be repaired. All right, so I'm going to shuffle for my messages, and Spirit's going to let me know when to stop shuffling. So this, Libra, is an excellent time, if you haven't already, to go ahead and hit that subscribe bell, and then hit the notification button so that you can get future messages. All right, I would love to have you as a part of the tribe here, Libra, if you're not already. So, and if you are a part of the tribe, if you already are subscribed, take this moment to share this video with someone that you know could use these messages as well. All right, let me get my last few shuffles in here. All right, here we go, Spirit. All right, it's looking pretty interesting here on the board. Let me grab my clarification deck. All right, so Libra, our first message comes by way of the God of Wands, which is the King of Wands in most decks. And there's a tarot reader that I watch, and she cracks me up because she calls the King of Wands King Dingaling, and I have to say that's the way he's coming through here, as King Dingaling. And we also have the Daughter of Wands in the reverse, which is the Page of Wands, right? So what this is telling me, we're looking inside your person's head, Libra, and we're looking at their thoughts in regards to why they brought a third party into this situation to begin with, okay? So again, Libra, I'm going to reiterate that warning that I gave you up front. You know, there may be information that comes out here in the course of this particular spread that is hard to hear, but we're looking deep inside your person's thoughts and mind and the third party so that we can figure out here with Spirit's help how to get rid of this third party. All right. So if you get to a point where this is triggering pain for you, please breathe. Remember to breathe. And know that it's not being done to hurt you. These messages are necessary so that we can understand what's happening fully and we can get to the result we want. So with this King of Wands energy here, what I'm seeing about your person, whether they are male or female, masculine or feminine, is an energy of, you know, the King of Wands is a very vibrant energy that, I mean, can be very sexual, right? And in this case, what we're seeing with your person is they just wanted to fuck around, to be honest with you. Like, that's what they went out with the intention of doing. That's why they brought this third party in to begin with. And with this Daughter of Wands, it's letting me know that it's kind of like an immature use of passion, right? An immature use of passion, but they did have an understanding that they're doing this could actually blow up in their face. It could work against them, right? But they rolled that dice anyways and decided to do it and just act purely on the physical, purely on, you know, passion and physicality, right? It's not about, they didn't go out doing this because they don't care about you. They did this because they just felt like opportunities presented themselves where they could fuck around, and they just decided to go ahead and do so. It's really not a deep energy. It's very shallow. Okay. So the reasons for doing it aren't anything deep, don't have to do with the fact that they just don't love you or don't, you know, it really doesn't have anything to do with you, period. I'm not feeling, Libra, that this decision to do this had anything to do with you. It had to do with them just wanting to be in this king dingaling type of energy, right? So for those of you who may be older or may be involved with someone who is older, it feels like the energy of, what do they call that? Why did the words just leave my head? When a man gets older and he decides to go on out there and sow his oats all over again. Oh my God. Midlife crisis. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, so if you're involved with someone who's older, particularly a masculine that's older, like maybe midlife older, like 50s or maybe even 40s, this is the energy of a midlife crisis that sent your person out there, right? And then as we talk about men in their, or masculines in their midlife crisis, we're talking about an energy that's not well thought out, that's rather immature, given everything that someone that age can lose by having a midlife crisis, right? But they just do it because their urges drive them to do it. And this is a wrong use of those urges with that Daughter of Wands in the reverse, right? And you know what? I'm not even going to restrict the midlife crisis to a masculine. There are feminines out there that can have midlife crisis as well. They may have been feeling unattractive or seeing the changes going on within them that make them look and feel older, and go into a state of wanting to feel wanted by many or wanted by others. And this drove them into that. But for those of you that aren't in that particular specific situation, just know that this is something that is just driven by, you know, wanting to be out there, wanting to be a hoe, wanting to be in that physical, be physically desired, being chased by others, having someone chase after them and blow their head up, blow smoke up their ass basically, and feel desired and adored by many. That it's that energy that is fueling your person, had fueled your person to bring in this third party. Okay, very physical lust type of energy. With this Temperance in the reverse, I am getting an energy, you know, where as we look at what your person would call the breakdown, and I use that word loosely, breakdown, what it was about your connection that enabled them to get to this point. With this temperance in reverse, this talks about a lack of balance, or it talks about not being in step with your person. So again, Libra, I want you to remember, we're looking at this from the perspective of your person's thoughts. So this may not have been the reality, but this is how they viewed the reality, right? So this is their side of the story, okay? So they're looking at it like there was a imbalance between the two of you, or the two of you were somehow out of step, and that, you know, things weren't flowing clearly. And to them, they looked at this like it was a huge issue. And I'm picking up an energy of, you know, just a lot of day-to-day things that we do, like to make sure that our lives run smoothly, that can take our time and energy away from our relationship. Just the mundane things like the work and shuttling the kids around from school to practice, to making sure dinner's on the table, to, you know, all those things that make you tired and get in your way and have you devoting your energy away from your partner. It's that kind of thing. So again, you know, is that a mature stance to take as far as saying that's the initial breakdown? Well, no, but we had this Daughter of Wands in the reverse. So we know that this person wasn't standing in an energy of maturity as they looked at all this. They were like, I need this attention and this person isn't giving it to me, so let me go get it over there. All right. So what is it in this whole situation that has given the third party the seemingly upper hand that has allowed them to stick around? And we have that coming by way of the Four of Wands. So, you know, this person, and take a deep breath, Libra, this person is giving them what they asked for or what they're desiring. This person is like all over them. This person gives them a lot of attention from what I'm seeing here. This person does the things to make them feel sexy and desired. And again, I'm noticing, as you notice on these wands here at the top, like those same, it looks like crystals or something up here. And it's like this theme that goes all through this: lust and desire, lust and desire, lust and desire. This person makes your person, this third party makes your person feel lusted after and desired, right? And I also get, for many of your situations, this third party doesn't have a lot going on other than this. So like this third party doesn't have all the types of responsibility in their life that you have, Libra. And this third party, therefore, you know, when you've got nothing but time on your hands, then you can devote it to whatever it is that you want, right? And this third party might be irresponsible in many ways. They may, for many of you, what I'm seeing is they are in a situation where they don't actually support themselves. So, you know, again, they're not encumbered by some of the responsibility like you would have, Libra. And so they've got time on their hands to do all of this, right? So that, in a sense, in a nutshell, is what has given them the third party the upper hand until this point. All right. All right. Next message comes by way of the Son of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords in most decks. And I'm going to pull a clarifier on this one. So give me just a moment here, Libra. All right, so I have the Ten of Swords in the reverse as a clarifier. and the Five of Wands in the reverse. So what I'm getting from this is a message regarding your person's intentions towards that third party. Like, what is it that they intend? Like, again, this is what is intention. Intention isn't reality until it's backed by action, right? And intentions are really what's going on in your person's mind and may not reflect reality at all. But with this Knight of Swords here, again, there is a energy of immaturity here, right? But this, I think originally for many of you, for most of you actually, I think when your person first engaged this third party, they intended to be in and out. Like, again, we have the King of Wands here. This isn't long-lasting affair type energy. So they intended to be, hit it and run, hit and run. That's what they intended with this third party. And then they started to get drawn back in by this third party with this energy that I was talking about here of, feeling lusted after, desired. This person may have chased after your person a little bit to get their attention. And with this Ten of Swords in the reverse and this Five of Wands in the reverse, that's just telling me that they don't really argue with your person. They don't really have, the third party goes out of their way to create this lovely, peaceful energy, right? To exude it. Now, it can all be a facade, which from some of the other things that I'm just seeing on the board here popping out at me, it is a facade. They've gone out of their way to create this environment that seems so lovely that you would have to question it, right? But you have to question if it's real. And your person should be questioning if it's real, but your person's not questioning if it's real because they're just taking advantage of what they want. And so that has kept your person drawn in. But your person truly at their core does not feel any type of they don't feel any kind of responsibility to stay with this third party long term, right? They were just in it. They got caught up in what they look at as the good feeling of it. So they have stayed a little longer, but when they're ready to walk away, their intention is they will just leave. And with that Knight of Swords, I see that many of them think as soon as it's no longer what they want to do, they'll just leave without explanation. All right. So the good part about what we have seen thus far, Libra, is that this isn't a connection built on love between your person and this third party. This is very much built on lust and physical, wanting to feel physically attractive and those types of things, right? And there's an insecurity here within your person that's being filled by this third party. And the other thing that I'm feeling here is that this third party has picked up on a lot of your person's insecurities, Libra, and they are doing what it is that they feel will make your person feel more secure at this time, just in an effort to keep them engaged with them, right? So they're playing on your person's insecurities is what I'm getting at here. All right, so our next message comes by way of this Goddess of Swords, who is the Queen of Swords in the reverse. And I'm going to pull a clarifier here, Libra. Bear with me for just a moment. Spirit, why do we have this Queen of Swords in the reverse? The Devil. The Devil is clarifying the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Along with the Four of Wands, this time in the reverse. So this is talking about what it is you, Libra, need to do in order to disrupt the energy between your person and a third party. And this is Queen of Swords in the reverse. Let me tell you, I'll be honest, she's a bitch. She's not an easy person to deal with. And so if you are in a cycle of appeasing your person because you feel that that's what's necessary to get them to draw them back to you, then Libra, I would tell you that you're dead wrong. That energy of appeasement is going to keep your person in this player type energy because the bouncing back and forth is just too delicious to them. Okay, so your unhappiness does have to be known, and I feel very strongly here that it has to be known not by arguing and not by fighting. It's like indifference is what I'm seeing here. Indifference is the energy that you have not yet brought into the picture. That is the key. So if you can exude indifference, and if you know what that means, then you know that, indifference is, it's exuding an energy of, it's like that meh, like, okay, well, whether I stay in this connection or not is not really important. I'm looking out for me. And so if what's working here works for me, then I'm good. If not, then I can take or leave you. And that's, no matter what you're feeling on the inside, Libra, that's what you need to exude. All right. And stand firm in it. Don't let your person see you sweat. Nobody's going to see the Queen of Swords sweat, whether she's in the upright or the reverse. No one will see the Queen of Swords sweat. She's not going to let you see that. And so you have to exude that type of energy of, I'm going to do what it is that is best for me. All right. And if this situation is no longer best for me, then I'm not going to be in this situation, right? So do you have to actually say these things to your person? No, this is an energy shift, And I'll jump ahead here to let you know that your person expects to see you in the Page of Swords energy of expectation and expecting something from them in regards to love and romance, right? So they expect to keep you in this wide-eyed waiting until you see what it is that they offer you, and they can offer you these little breadcrumbs and you keep coming to them. They expect you to be there, but you have to be here, as in, thank you for the little breadcrumb, but no thank you. Okay, I'm going to be over here doing what I do. And with this Devil energy, it is a doubling down, and I don't normally see the Devil this way, but it's just a doubling down of, not letting them see you sweat, right? And if you see the two figures here in front of the Devil, you see the feminine, she's covering her face, like not letting her expression be seen, not letting her true, let me focus here, camera, not letting her true thoughts and, hold on, I want to focus. Let me see if I can get this to focus. Okay, not so much. All right, so she's not letting her true thoughts and feelings be seen, right? And then the masculine here is reaching out like, Come on, like what do I need to do? Tell me, Libra. So I think the devil in this case came out just purely to show me that imagery, as a message of doubling down. And then we have the Four of Wands in the reverse. So keep them in a state of guessing as to whether or not they can actually remain strong in this connection. They should not have the self-assurance of knowing that this connection will be there for them no matter what they're doing out there in those streets, right? So it's truly indifference. You have to master that indifference, because that will be like the shot heard around the world that will be a wake-up call for your person. This King of Wands energy does not want to lose anything. They don't want to lose what they have over here. They don't want to necessarily lose the attention coming from the third party. They're greedy. They want it all. Okay, fuck with them on that. Fuck with them on that with the indifference. And that's gonna like wake them up. Wake them up. And it's going to have a ripple effect on what's happening with the third party. It's going to cause a major disruption, which will work to your advantage, Libra. All right. So our next message comes by way of the Six of Swords. And this is looking at the third party. And if they, again, this is an energy of this third party person is quick in their connections with other lovers. Their history would be that they're quick to walk out the door when things aren't going their way. That works to your advantage, Libra, because they don't stick around for what they deem as bullshit. So right now, they've got your person in certain regards eating out of their hands. But if they feel a major disruption to that, if they feel difficulty in pulling this off, they may very well head out the door very quickly, right? But the way your situation currently is, there's no disruptions to that. So again, this disruption on your part is going to work hard and fast to get this third party out of the damn way. All right. And so don't underestimate that, because you will win in this case with the Six of Wands here. All right. All right. Again, with this Page of Cups, we're discussing very much what it is that your person expects from you, like in this whole situation, right? With the third party, them and you, and they expect you to be in this state of expectancy, just waiting at their feet for whatever they decide to drop your way in the form of attention and affection and connection, right? Again, here's that energy as well being clarified with the Six of Cups. You have this woman, the dude is on his knees at her feet waiting, and she's handing him a gift. So that's kind of the energy, that is the energy that your person expects you to be in. They also see that in many cases, what I'm seeing here is that this has been, your connection with your person, Libra, is a long-standing relationship. It's been around for a long time. And so they're relying on the fact that you've always been there and that you'll always stay there no matter what they're out there doing in the street, right? All right. So what I'm seeing with this Eight of Wands is going to serve you very well, Libra, is you possess this ability. You're quick on your feet. Like you are able to think quickly, and you are able to come up with solutions very quickly and turn on a dime. Like you have that type of mental agility. And you also have enough passion, if you're really being honest and you dig down in your heart, you have enough passion towards your person that you are driven to get the result that you desire here. All right. So that's going to work in your favor in this whole situation, because that means you're going to be in it for the long haul as far as getting to exactly what you want. And once you enact your plan, once you release your wands, they're going to hit their mark. All right. And so this reading is all about how to release your wands in the correct way so that they will hit their mark. You take aim and you hit it. Also, with this figure here, I'm getting like, you know, female warrior type energy off of her. So whether you're male or female, masculine or feminine, this is an energy of warrior in that you're engaged in the battle, you're focused, and you look like a winner. All right, so that's all going to work in your favor here. More behind the scenes, usually this card, well, not this particular card, but this position that I have this card in tells me like physical actions that you take. But in this case, it's telling me about your mental state. So the mental state that's needed for you is that of the warrior who releases, who aims and releases and hits their mark. Keep that energy. Keep that energy in all that you're doing here. And again, a warrior is not going to let you is not going to let you see them sweat. So that is a theme here. They cannot see you crying in a state of despair. They can't see you begging. They can't see you doing all of those things. They have to see you strong. It's an energy shift that's going to set everything into motion in the way that you would like it. So once you engage in all